You're hiking in Norway's icy valley, known as Death Valley, a desolate place, shrouded in mist and legend, infamous for medieval suicides and treacherous falls. Amid the jagged rocks and frozen pines, you stumble upon a charred body, every label meticulously scraped off her clothes, no identity in sight. Beside it, fake passports, encrypted notes, scattered belongings that whisper of deception. Who was this woman? A spy entangled in Cold War shadows, a murder victim silenced forever, or something even darker, like a tragic soul fleeing her past. This 1970 mystery remains unsolved to this day, and maybe your theory could finally crack it open. Stick around, because the Isdal Woman story will shock you, intrigue you, and leave you questioning everything. Hello, I'm Mr. Suter. Today I'm diving deep into one of Norway's most enduring cold cases, Isdal Woman. This isn't just a tale of death, it's a labyrinth of mystery, espionage suspicions, forensic puzzles, and theories that span decades. Discovered in a remote valley near Bergen, her charred remains sparked an investigation that quickly hit walls, leading many to wonder if powerful forces wanted it buried. We'll explore the timeline, the bizarre details, the evolving forensic evidence, and the wild theories that keep this case alive even in 2025. Buckle up, this is going to be a chilling ride. Let's start with the discovery. A moment that shattered the quiet of Isdal Valley, often called Ice Valley or Death Valley, due to its grim history of suicides dating back to the Middle Ages and more recent hiking accidents. On November 29, 1970, a university professor and his two young daughters were out for a family hike in the foothills of Mount Ulriken, just outside Bergen. The air was crisp, the ground rocky and unforgiving. One of the girls, drawn by a peculiar burning smell, spotted something horrific among the scree, a pile of broken rocks. There lay the body of a woman, badly burned on the front side, her face unrecognizable, her hands clenched into fists as if in agony or defense. Her body was positioned supine, on her back, with her arms drawn up toward her torso in what some described as a boxer stance, common in burn victims. The front of her clothing was scorched, but oddly, the back was untouched, suggesting she hadn't rolled or moved much during the fire. Police from Bergen arrived swiftly, launching what they called Case File 134/70. The scene was eerie, traces of a campfire nearby, but no obvious source for a blaze large enough to cause such damage. The woman's body showed signs of having been doused in an accelerant, later identified with petrol traces on a fur hat found beneath her. Around her were scattered items, all curiously stripped of labels or identifying marks, as if someone had gone to great lengths to erase her existence. These included an empty bottle of St. Halvard liqueur, a Norwegian brand, 2 plastic water bottles melted by heat, a plastic passport holder, rubber boots, a wool sweater, a scarf, nylon stockings, an umbrella, a purse, a matchbox, a watch, 2 earrings, and a ring. Everything bore the hallmarks of deliberate anonymity. Labels cut or scraped off, serial numbers filed away. There were also remnants of burned paper, hinting at destroyed documents. The autopsy, conducted shortly after, painted a grim picture. The woman was estimated to be between 25 and 40 years old, about 5 feet 4 inches tall, with a slender but curvaceous build, wide hips, round face, dark brown hair, what remained of it, and brown eyes. She had distinctive dental work, 14 fillings and several gold crowns, unusual for someone her age in Norway at the time, suggesting origins from Eastern Europe, Asia, or perhaps even South America, where such elaborate dentistry was more common. The cause of death was ruled as a combination of carbon monoxide poisoning from the fire and an overdose of phenobarbital, a barbiturate found in sleeping pills like Phenomol. Shockingly, her stomach contained 50 to 70 undigested pills, and soot in her lungs proved she was alive and breathing as the flames consumed her. Bruises on her neck raised questions. Was it from a fall, a struggle, or something more sinister like strangulation? No alcohol was detected, but traces of petrol lingered on her clothing and that fur hat. The official verdict? Suicide. But many, including investigators, doubted it. Why go to such extremes to hide her identity if she planned to end it all? 3 days after the discovery on December 2nd, 1970, a breakthrough. 2 suitcases left unclaimed at Bergen railway station were linked to the woman via a matching ticket stub. Inside, the mystery deepened. Hidden in the lining were 5 100 Deutschmark notes, about $137 at the time, along with 135 Norwegian kroner, coins from Belgium, Britain, and Switzerland, clothing, shoes, wigs suggesting disguises, makeup, eczema cream, maps, timetables, a pair of non-prescription glasses with fingerprints matching the body, sunglasses, cosmetics, a notepad, and more. Again, every label removed. The notepad was a gold mine, filled with cryptic codes, capital letters and numbers that, when decoded by police, revealed dates and places she'd visited. It read like a spy's itinerary: 022, 023, Paris, NORD, CAP, and similar entries, mapping her travels across Europe. Tracing her movements backward painted a picture of a woman on the run, or on a mission. She was last seen alive on November 23, 1970, checking out of room 207 at the Hotel Hordeheimen in Bergen. Staff remembered her vividly: reserved, attractive, about 30 to 40 years old, with dark hair and a foreign accent. Broken English, perhaps Eastern European or Balkan. She paid in cash, requested a taxi, but vanished without taking it. She often changed rooms after checking in, as if paranoid about being watched. Her aliases numbered at least 8, all fake passports claiming Belgian nationality, with forms filled in German or French. Names like Geneviève Lancier, born in Leuven, address Rue Saint-Walburg 2. Claudia Tielt, Brussels, Place Saint-Walburg 17, or Rue de la Madeleine 3. Claudia Nielsen, Ghent, Rue Saint-Walburg 18. Alexia Zarn-Merches, Ljubljana, Rue Saint-Hildegard 81. Vera Jarl, Antwerp, Fenella Lorck, and Elizabeth Lienhauer, Ostend, Philip Stockstraat 44A. Most addresses were fabricated except one real Brussels street. She claimed to be a traveling saleswoman or antiques dealer, but her behavior screamed secrecy. She ate alone, smelled strongly of garlic, wore wigs and light clothing despite the cold, and was seen with perukes, wigs, in her luggage. Her timeline stretched back months, from March 21 to 24, 1970, at the Viking Hotel in Oslo as Geneviève Lancier, March 24 through 25 at Hotel Bristol in Bergen as Claudia Tielt, March 25, April 1 at Hotel Scandia in Bergen under the same name. Then October 29th to 30th at KNA Hotellet in Stavanger as Claudia Nielsen. October 30th, November 5th at Neptune Hotel in Bergen as Alexia Zern-Merches. November 6th through 8th at Hotel Bristol in Trondheim as Vera Jarle. November 9 through 18 at Seis Fithen Hotel in Stavanger as Fenella Lorch. November 19 at Hotel Rosenkrantz in Bergen as Elisabeth Leinhor. And finally, November 19 to 23rd at Hotel Hordeheimen as Fenella Lorch again. She traveled extensively: Oslo, Trondheim, Stavanger, Bergen, Paris, and possibly more. Witnesses added color. One shoe store owner in Stavanger recalled selling her the rubber boots found at the scene, describing her as well-dressed with that garlic scent. Another in 2005 came forward. A 26-year-old man at the time said he saw her hiking near Flocken Funicular in Bergen, looking scared, trailed by two men with dark coats and foreign appearances, possibly Southern European or Middle Eastern. She seemed distressed, mouthing words like, "I am not alone," but he didn't report it until decades later. The investigation hit international headlines. Police circulated composite sketches via Interpol, depicting a stylish woman with dark hair, a gap in her teeth, and an enigmatic expression. Appeals in Norwegian media and abroad yielded tips, but no identification. By early 1971, the case was closed as probable suicide. Her body buried in an unmarked grave in Merlindal Cemetery, Bergen, in a zinc coffin for potential future exhumation. But whispers persisted. Why the rush to close it? Classified documents later revealed Norwegian intelligence, PST involvement, probing espionage links. Fast forward to modern forensics, which have breathed new life into the case. In 2016, her jawbone and teeth, removed during autopsy and stored at Haukeland University Hospital, were rediscovered. Isotope analysis on her teeth in 2017-2018, part of the BBC NRK podcast Death in Ice Valley, revealed she was likely born around 1930-1945 in southeastern Germany, near Nuremberg, spent her early childhood near the French-German border, possibly Belgium or France, and had dental work consistent with France or East Asia. Her mtDNA haplogroup H24 pointed to origins in southeastern Europe or southwestern Asia. Age estimates revised to closer to 40. Tissue samples from her organs, lungs, heart, adrenal glands, ovaries, remain stored, ripe for advanced DNA testing, though Norway's strict privacy laws hinder genetic genealogy databases like GED Match. The podcast, launched in 2018, crowdsourced clues. Listeners identified a spoon in her luggage from a Norwegian factory, and one found a buried handbag near the site in 2019, blue-gray with red stripes, possibly hers, but decayed and yielding no DNA. In 2019, a Frenchman claimed a summer fling with her in the late 1960s, describing a Balkan accent, wig-wearing, and secretive nature. Classified files showed her travels overlapped with secret Penguin missile tests in Norway, Cold War-era anti-ship weapons involving NATO allies. Norwegian secret police investigated spy angles, including possible ties to Israel or Eastern Bloc. Now theories. Oh, the theories abound, each more tantalizing than the last. The most popular? Espionage. In the 1970s Cold War haze, she could have been a spy monitoring those Penguin tests. Her routes matched military sites, and witnesses placed her near naval officers. Declassified docs hint at intelligence interference, perhaps to protect secrets. One explosive lead from 2023. A Swiss newspaper, Neue Zürcher Zeitung, linked her to François Genoux, a Nazi sympathizer and banker who financed terrorism, including Palestinian groups. Her travels allegedly synced with Genoux and Wadi Haddad, PFLP leader, and Norway's heavy water sales to Israel fueled motives. Was she a Palestinian operative or Mossad, hunting Nazis? Gunnar Staalesen, a Norwegian crime writer, posits she was tracking war criminals, given Norway-Israel ties. Countering that, suicide theories. Mental illness, perhaps paranoid schizophrenia, explaining the aliases and anonymity. She might have been a war orphan, traumatized by World War II, fleeing delusions. The overdose and self-immolation fit, though brutal. or murder. Neck bruises suggest foul play. Those two men tailing her point to assassins. Maybe organized crime, drug smuggling, or counterfeit cash, given the hidden money and wigs. Prostitution? Her frequent travels and hotel stays could indicate a high-end escort, but her age and elegance argue against it. In 2025, Reddit discussions revive these, with some pushing genetic genealogy for closure, noting a planned hearing on privacy laws. A Medium post from February 2025 reiterates the phenobarbital details, while a YouTube video claims it's solved, though skeptics dismiss it as clickbait. What do you think? Was the Isdal Woman a Cold War spy, caught in the crossfire? A tragic victim of mental health struggles ending it all? Or murdered by shadows from her past? Share your theory in the comments. Spy? Suicide? Or something else? Maybe your idea will solve this 50-year mystery. Drop your thoughts below. Who knows, with advancing DNA tech, we might identify her soon. The Isdal Woman still lies in that unmarked grave in Bergen, her zinc coffin a silent guardian of secrets, waiting for answers that may never come. This story underscores the fragility of identity and the enduring power of unsolved enigmas. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe to Mr. Shudder for more obscure true crime tales, and hit the bell next time we tackle the Somerton Man. Thanks for watching. See you in the dark.